Louisiana Christian University for today's championship Saturday. Getting things kicked off, it is the junior varsity state championship between the away team, the Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Knights, and the home team in today's contest, John Paul the Great Academy Guardians. Well, it's early for y'all, isn't it? You'll be cheering more than that once the sun comes out and things warm up. It's not going to be as bad as chilly as it was last night, so we're looking for a great day of co-ed soccer here in Pineville. At this time, if you would please stand, join me in prayer, and then remain standing as we have a special treat. We'll have Jocelyn Finley from Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics that will honor America and all of us with our national anthem. But join us in prayer as we get things going. Father God, I thank you for this opportunity to come today to glorify your name through sports, through the sport of soccer, and through the act of just being together in fellowship and being outside on this beautiful day to bring honor to your name. I ask for safety and compassion and grace throughout today's game, that everyone remains injury-free and has safe travels on their way back to their destinations. I thank you for all of these teams. I thank you for the involvement, all of the parents and the staff that puts this thing together. And I ask a special blessing on all of them today and throughout. We ask all of this in your son Jesus' name. Amen. Now, if you would please remain standing. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as again, Jocelyn Finley from Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics helps us honor America by the singing of our national anthem. Absolutely wonderful job by Jocelyn Finley of Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics. Cool thing about this is she's on this roster this morning, and so we've got to wait just a minute before the starting lineups to let her get down there. But once again, a big round of applause for Jocelyn. Once again, just a reminder, today's contest and all of ACEL championship games will be streamed live on 446 Sports. You can check that link out on the ACEL Facebook page or head on over to YouTube and search 446 Sports. Bookmark the page, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be able to keep up with any time that 446 Sports goes live. Jocelyn, did you make it down there?
Almost.
All right, I think we're ready to get the starting lineups announced as the captains are finishing up their briefing with the officials. We'll wait and get that out of the way. Again, this is for the JV Co-ed Soccer State Championship of ACEL. Big day of soccer ahead of us right now, though. Let's meet the roster for the Knights of Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics, as they will be the away team. Number 3, Trip Spire. Make sure you guys step up and give a little wave when we call your name out. Number 5, Hannah Cowart. Number 7, Edison Thomas. Number 8, Richmond. Number 13, Eli Monclaw. Number 15, Peyton Candle. Number 21, Olivia Hoffpower. Number 22, Elliot Thomas. 24, Luke Long. Number 12, number 49, Thor Stewart. Number 6, Dominic Pagan. Number 27, Andrew Brackett. Number 36, James Buller. Number 7, Jacques Fontenot. Number 15, Therese Fredell. Number 30, Emily Caraway. Number 35, the head coach for the Guardians, Bryce Camry. One more time, a round of applause for the starting lineups for both squads. All right, let's get things underway for today's junior varsity co-ed soccer ACEL state championship.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back out here. Wonderful job, and a big shout-out to our PA announcer getting things going on there. We knew that you'd like that little treat. I am Doug Gann alongside of Chuck Perkins, and look, what a rousing rendition of the national anthem provided to us by Jocelyn Finley. Well, all the talk has been done all throughout the season. We are ready to get things going here in Pineville, Louisiana. What a great night that we had last night. And you're going to see, I see a lot of the Southwest Louisiana. I see a lot of John Paul the Greats. This is just, these teams seem to rise up when it comes down to soccer, Chuck.
They really do, Doug. I mean, we saw these teams play yesterday in their semifinal matchups, and here they are today. I'm sorry, this is the JV. So we saw some of these same players on teams yesterday, but here they are battling for that JV championship. I got a little ahead of myself.
Boy, I give you one shot at a little stardom there, and it goes away. Big shout-out once again to the executive director of ACEL Athletics, and we will hear from her today. She is just all around. She gets a lot of things going. Sandra Mero does a wonderful job at coordinating all of this. A whole host of volunteers make it happen throughout the season, but there is no off-season for Sandra Mero. She is nonstop with all of the sports. I think knowing the number of championships that have been played up here, also the ones that we don't cover, there's cross-country, tennis coming around, and a lot of other sports that are developing. So hats off to Sandy Mero and the work that she does. I am Doug Gann, bringing you all of the championship action on 446 Sports. Delighted to be out here on this beautiful sunny day in Pineville, Louisiana. Make this area my home, of course. I actually work here for the city in my day job, and so grateful for that as well. A lot of things going on along Main Street, just to the back side of the campus where we are here. The Right to Life March was this morning. It's kicked off and headed down to the Red River, and man, just what a wonderful morning it is. Teams getting their last-minute bit of preparation on there. As we told you, this is for the state championship coming up, and you'll have to click on the next link for it. Following this, at noon, is the consolation game following the two teams that did not come out victorious last night. And then we will have the varsity championship coming up around 2 o'clock. So join us for that. After that, you'll want to stick around because we'll have all the award presentations for everything, and we'll cover it right here live on 446 Sports following that final game. Should be somewhere around 3:45 or 4 o'clock is what we expect those awards. We'll announce the Coach of the Year, the All-State teams. We'll also have the girls' MVP and the boys' MVP, and you won't want to miss that. I've spotted several candidates just last night in the game.
Absolutely.
But I didn't get a vote in any of this, so we'll just, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll rely on their judgment for that.
We'll go with the media. How about we could have a media vote?
We need a media vote. Yes, that's what we need to do, Chuck. We need to get a tournament MVP that we deem, and we'll present a plaque to them. Starting next weekend in basketball, we'll get one of those plaques made. If Sandy says that's fine with us, we'll have a tournament MVP that we think is there. So,
and if we only knew somebody who made plaques, right?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, and we are underway. Knights have control of this. They are in the home white jerseys and the away dark jerseys for the Guardians. Normally we see that orange and blue from the Knights.
That is their blue and gray, which is the Guardians. Oh, no, not the Guardians. That is the Knights. Yep, you're right. Okay.
So the blue here tonight is the Guardians.
I got things messed up. I apologize.
That's two times he's been on the mic, and two times.
Go ahead and preface them for basketball. So we may just, you may be fishing in New Zealand before it's over with.
Indeed, and there's the first one down that hill. Beautiful day for soccer here. The one thing we like about basketball is it's inside and there's no weather delays in this, but nothing beats being out in the sun. We talked to Chuck last night and asked him about his favorite sport to cover for ACEL, and it was softball, again, because he likes being out. I'm, of course, a fan of baseball. Here's an opportunity down. There's a shot on goal over the top, and it's going to be no good. That was from Peyton Candle that had that one. Candle, look, send me a message and let me know. And if we butcher these, I apologize for it. But know that we're calling you out. Something good has happened, so it's all right. We saw a lot of great play last night in that varsity game, and a lot of these young players are on that varsity roster. We'll explain the way that works. JV, you're allowed to play up until you're 16 years old. After 16, you head up in your varsity only. So a lot of these players now having an opportunity from John Paul the Great Academy to perhaps sweep. And we saw a couple of those in basketball last year. Great save down there. If you didn't see the highlight of Dominic Pagan's save last night, make sure you go to the 446 Sports YouTube page or Facebook page and check that out. It's starting to get a lot of traction on there. Couple of great saves on that penalty kick that kept that game 2-1 that allowed the Guardians to advance to that state championship where they'll play the Commandos right here. It is Southwest Louisiana and John Paul the Great, a rematch of that semifinal game in varsity last night. So a lot of these players, Chuck, were out on the field last night battling.
Yes, they were. And here bright and early this morning, and as Daddy used to say, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and here we go.
Indeed, it was.
But I never had a ponytail, so I don't know where you got that from. Must have been my sister.
Perhaps it was. That one cleared over the midfield line. And then back to things going on. 2 35-minute halves they'll play. Then any extra time will be added towards the end of it. But you know that. You've seen it all throughout the year. Want to send a big thanks out to people that went back and watched the broadcast after. We had about 47% of our viewers of last night's games went back and watched the recorded versions of it. So that's another reason we like to do the service, so you guys can go back and watch it. Good save inside from point blank. That one back out. And going to be out of bounds.
I'll apologize now for the camera. We are behind a window up here, and the sun is beaming down on us, and we have a little bit of an awning overhead. So we're getting a little bit of a glare, almost washed out look right now, so hopefully that'll clear up as the sun rises. Doing my best to try to get it to where it can be.
Knights look to try to get something going. Spending a lot of time down in their positive side of the field. Hurriedly getting things going, but the Guardians able to get in there and clear that out. We saw a couple of times that teams last night tried to quickly get that corner kick in. There's a shove down, not going to be called. One thing you see today, last night in the game, Players had the long pants on. They're back to their normal short pants today as the sun comes out. As we told you, when that sun dipped down past the pine trees last night, it really cooled off out here. But we'll take a dry cool anytime over a rainy cool.
Absolutely.
See the scoreboard, Wallace Eye Associates providing that for us, as well as the clock. Clock is a guide. It's pretty close, but I don't know that it keeps track all of the way. But it was very close last night, and close to our stopwatch that we had going on too. So
my clock wasn't that far off the stopwatch?
No, I don't believe it was.
Okay. I was wondering.
Deep down into the zone for the Guardians, and that one goes harmlessly into the Wildcats' end zone. A couple of substitutions coming in for the Guardians. Caden Gallett makes his way in along with Andrew Brackett. Coach Bryce Cambry giving some high fives over there as his players come out. Early into this contest. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning. Just a gorgeous day, and look how welcome it is from the last 2 weeks. And there's a tackle that's made. It's going to go the other way, sliding in. Looks like me with my golf shot out there. Just move it up a little bit to where it's right for me. Continue moving the ball on up.
So I have a foot wedge, so I'm assuming you
That's correct.
Yes.
Oh, great job jumping into the passing lane. Good work by number 3, Trip Spire. Pretty good footwork, Silas Abear there. Gets it one down deep into the zone. Crossing there and just punched out of there. Beautiful work. Dominic Pagan again in goal for the Guardians. He will be back there for the varsity state championship game as well, but just saw him make save after save. Talked to their athletic director last night before the game. That one, though, is going to find its way in. We'll get the number of the young lady that got that one. That was at the 8:10 mark.
Is that 13?
They ought to make a no ponytail rule in this when we're playing, but jumping back in there, that was 15, it looks
15.
like. Peyton Candle that had that at the 8:10 mark. Get over and make that announcement on that. Nice goal at the 8:10 mark, credited to Peyton Candle. Peyton Candle with the goal, 1-0. So again, that goal at the 8:10 mark credited to Peyton Candle. 1-0 in this one. PA announcer goes over there and says 1-0. What does he know?
It has a strange familiarity to his
Right,
voice.
just a little bit.
I don't know. It must be from the South. They all sound the same, right?
Could be. And we haven't even went all announcer voice yet. Had somebody ask me one time, they said, I need to develop an announcer voice. I said, no, you just need to talk. Was that you, Chuck?
I think I said that at one point. But
Uh-oh.
I had kind of a
Whoops.
weird voice at that
Wouldn't
time.
have brought that story up if I'd have known it was Chuck that asked me about it. But
right.
needless to
Yeah.
say, the Knights jump out to the early lead, looking to get a little bit more. One nil in this one. Just 10 minutes in, long way to go. Well, we saw that explosive Commandos team. They will come back for their possible 5th straight state championship during the 2 o'clock game, and they were as advertised, and that put 7 goals up. Little bit of a knockdown, and that was going to be called. The Guardians seem to be flexing a little bit of muscle in this one, or trying to, and they're still going to bring it back as it was not yet marked for play.
They marked it, the player, the athlete, at whatever, put it on around the 47 or 48, and it's back here at the 40. So try to get a little advantage if you can.
I get that.
Hey, it's where they blew the whistle, so why not?
And now putting this one back into play. The aggression on the side of the Guardians, but just quickness out of that Knights team. Quickly, though, there's the turnover, and a good work by number 27, Andrew Brackett, who's in there looking to center, but jumping right in and battling away. Braden Candell jumps in and gets that done. And then kicked and makes its way out the sideline. Yeah, we'll do that, Chuck. Next week we'll have our most valuable, or our tournament MVP that we deem through the working media, although that's just us.
Yes, we are the working media. I don't come up with many good ideas, Doug, as you said, but every once in a while we'll have one flash.
As I've said, you get that. Yes, and we do know someone that that can make those plaques.
And do such a great job at it, too.
Tough week coming up, busy week. We've been in Baton Rouge for a few days. So, yeah, but we'll get that knocked out without a doubt. Take one of Chuck's fancy game logos and put it on there, and one of these players will be rewarded not just for their season of work, but it'll be based solely on their tournament play.
Yes.
We'll have a JV, we'll have a basketball, girls basketball, and a boys basketball. Right now, making its way in, and that's a goal. That one is in there from about 20 yards out. That was at the 12:40 mark. And we'll get the number of that young man that got the equalizer. These numbers difficult to see on the back.
Is that 7? I couldn't tell. I'm looking through the lens, and it's a little dark.
Looks like it was number 7, Jacques Fontenot. It is. He had a goal last night. We'll get the number on that young man, but we do believe that is Jacques Fontenot. He doesn't have one of the bright white numbers. Yeah, that is number 7.
Goal at the 12:40 mark to Jacques Fontenot. Jacques Fontenot with the goal at 12:40.
That one defended away after a nice kick towards goal.
So we're even here at 1 apiece. Peyton Candell got the scoring going at the 11:10 mark. And then, 8:10 at 12:40, Jacques Fontenot with the equalizer for the Guardians. Long distance shot goes off wide left, and those playing down in the end zone have that under the mini Jumbotron down located outside the far end zone. Hope you're enjoying your time in Pineville, Louisiana.
Mini Jumbotron. Love
Mini
it.
Jumbotron.
That's beautiful.
So would that just be a Tron?
That's like jumbo shrimp, right?
Is that just a Tron if it's
That's
not a
Tron.
Jumbotron?
Yeah. It's like the mathematical equivalent, yes.
There you have it. A lot of things you'll learn on this broadcast. Some of them I would just not keep in your mind for very long.
Unless you're saving them for a conversation later with us.
Right. And then we invite you anytime you see us to come up. If you've got any comments or positive feedback, we'd certainly love to hear it. If you've got anything negative to say, just remember that you can email Chuck at comments.com.
Yes. Comments.com.
Comments.com. CHUCK at comments.com.
COMMINTS,
right.
by the way.
No, I say that we love meeting and visiting with all of the folks up here that come to support their kiddos. Just nothing but kind words to say. And they're even forgiving because I don't know everything about soccer, mind you.
Yes.
But we're here to bring these games to you. And remember, you can always turn the volume down if you want to.
Yeah.
But don't do that. Don't do that.
Not till basketball, whenever I'm on the mic.
Indeed. 1-1 here, 15 minutes in. 38 minutes. It looked like a 38-minute half is what it looked like last night that they were really playing.
They may appreciate the ambiance mic whenever I have the basketball. I'll have it turned up for them so they can enjoy that part of it.
There you have it. You'll have PA announcing to listen to. PA a little more difficult for basketball than it is for soccer, mind you.
Yeah, he could PA announcer over here eating a sausage biscuit and eggs right now.
Just hanging out. That's right.
I think he ordered some pancakes also.
We remind you, check out the restaurants in our area while you're here. Quibido's just up the road from here. Buckets along the way. Outlaws serves tremendous barbecue. You may want to go check that out if you're in it. If you go by Outlaws, get the chopped baker.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the baked potato that's loaded. You can get brisket on it, sausage on it, whatever you want there on it. And but remember that, the chopped baker. And you tell them that 446 Sports told you about that. You'll love that one.
I'll say this, and if you're on the lighter side, menu looking for something, that ranch house salad is absolutely phenomenal.
Actually had the salad there yesterday and got laughed at by the two people that I was eating with because I did start my diet this week.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's like somebody, I ordered one for somebody one time, and I said, I'm kind of embarrassed to order that.
I feel you. If you're not familiar with where we are in Pineville, we're right in the center of the state, heart of Louisiana. That shot is
Just
up
over.
and over the crossbar there. Had a good look at it. That shot was by 22. Lily Mae Fontenot, the 8th grader, had a good shot at it, did Lily Mae, but it just goes over the top and rests along that back wall where the windscreens are that have the Wildcats logo on it.
What I'll do at halftime is for our scoreboard, I'm going to change the Knights from blue with white lettering to white with blue lettering, if that'll help us out a little bit.
Doesn't make a big difference now when it's 1-1.
No, but, you know.
But later on, that's correct. But in this game, yeah, it is the Guardians are in the blue and gray, and the Knights are in white. Why wouldn't they be, right?
Yeah.
Great crowd has made it out today. This home section of the bleachers here where the season ticket holders and the VIPs sit, that's the chairback seats, is starting to fill up nicely. So, again, kudos to this entire ACEL organization for another great event. A lot of these folks will be here throughout the day. Again, if you're looking for lunch, too, in this area, just head on over to Bulow Lake. They have our fire department here in Pineville has their freezing for a reason, and Shepherd's Pie is making gumbo and pastelaya. So you'll want to go by and check that out. Shepherd's Pie is a group that raises money to provide disaster relief to folks affected by storms or fires or disasters. They come in and cook for the volunteers and for that area. And today, our Pineville Fire Department is doing what's called freezing for a reason. There is a run out. Pagan just comes out a little too far, missing the shot. And young lady upset with herself. She had a great look at it. That was Hannah Cowart, and she'll keep that one in the back of her mind for a little while, but she just had a good run at it.
Probably heard the footsteps of the defender, which was right there trying to, and affected enough play, like you said, just to bounce it all right on the right side of that net.
We'll talk to Sandy sometime throughout today, but I'm somehow wondering if she imagined that the weather would be this perfect for a game like this, knowing the last 2 weeks. But I'm going to tell you this, it's better than 2 weeks of this and it start raining on the weekend when you play, and that oftentimes happens when it's an event that I'm promoting, so that happens to us a lot. 1-1 in this one. just a little over halfway home here in the first half. Again, 10-minute halftime coming up. In that consolation game, I do know that we'll be able to talk to a couple of the coaches from last night's games. They made it out of here and got away from us last night. But we always enjoy visiting with these coaches. Hope to perhaps even have the winner of this game come up and visit with us too. But there's a lot of soccer before this one is decided. Tied at 1 apiece here. Let me tell you, Chuck, this game is made up. We explained that to you a little bit yesterday. 9v9, 9 versus 9, 9 on each side. And you have to have a minimum of 2 females out on the field at all times. You can only have 1. You have to play a man down. You can't have an extra boy out on the field. You can't do 8 boys and 1 girl. Always have to have 2 or you play 1 down on there. And look, I may catch some feedback for this, but these girls are more aggressive than those guys. They will get in there against the biggest guy. We saw, who did we see last night? Riley Arsenault from Sheffield Baton Rouge. I mean, guys a foot taller than her, and she would get in there and bang around with them. So, yeah, these young ladies really take this game serious, and they're not out there just to be 2 extra girls on there. And you're looking at the Knights team, and they've got, looks like 4 young ladies out on the field right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome because their battle, their sense of fight, is just above and beyond.
Now you look at and you count them out on the field and you say, wait a minute, Doug, I only see 8 players on either side. Look in the goals. Got to count those guys too. But, yeah, I'm very impressed by the play of these young ladies that come out here and play this sport. There it is on display right in front of you.
I mean, on Zoom, too, at that. That was beautiful.
And look, it's just there's no roughhousing, no any of that. It's just fundamental footwork and fundamental. Yeah, it's that's good stuff. Guardians send this one deep and into the back of the end zone. And they'll reset. The Knights will come out of here. Big thanks to Valex Federal Credit Union. You see them down in the right corner of your screen. They are the title sponsor of everything. That's Chuck didn't have it on the screen, so I don't know that'll make the highlight reel. That back in the back end zone there with that young man who was retrieving one of the soccer balls just got tripped up a little bit, and I'm right there with you, buddy. I'd have done the same thing.
Well, he was sitting there like he was stretching afterwards, right?
He was. Good thing there was action on the field and the camera was away from that spot.
Unfortunately for us, there would be no action on the field and the camera would be on that spot.
That's correct. Here come the Knights looking to get back to the advantage. Crossed inside, and there's a shot into the corner, and it's good. Right past the diving goalkeeper. And we'll get that young man that's out there. That was at the 24-10 mark. Working on a little gritty there as he comes down the field. That was 47. Chuck,
yep,
is that what you have?
it.
Silas Abear. Silas Abear at the 24-10 mark makes this one 2-1.
Save on goal.
At the 24-10 mark, Silas Abear credited with the goal for the Knights. Number 47, Silas Abear.
So Coach Spire and his Knights get back into the lead 2-1. And they are looking to do a little bit more before this half is over. A little shove in the back by A-Bear. He's not done with that. He's getting a little amped up this morning to playing. These guys are competing for a championship. I say guys, you know I mean guys and gals. That's Southern talk there, these guys.
Yes. The northern version would be, hey, use guys.
Use guys. This is these guys.
Yeah.
Trying to run out there is Lily Mae Fontenot. She's coming in from the corner, makes her way between a couple of guys. And this one is going to be centered back up top. Trying his best to get things going is Owen Hernandez. Well, physicality has picked up a little bit now.
Playing like they're 26 minutes into the second half.
Right? You know what we may do? We'll have to ask Miss Merrow when we talk to her later, is if we name a JV MVP for the tournament and a varsity MVP for the tournament, if we can announce that and then get their plaques to them next week in basketball. So, yeah, we'll work on that, and we'll have her announce those for us. We'll turn that in when she's doing her announcements towards the end of the end of this game, because this is for the championship. So we'll have an MVP come out of this one based on what we think that we saw. So it actually really holds no true merit. It's just our opinions, Chuck and I.
Yeah.
But we'll have these plaques ready by next weekend when ACEL comes back to town.
Well, it does hold merit. We're videotaping it.
That is true.
And we have video proof. So there is some merit to it. A videotaping.
Chuck's always got my videotaping. Wow.
Digitally recording. How about that? Well, the times have changed.
Then we'll go make some carbon copies of it later,
Woo-wee.
Chuck, and get it out on 8-track.
There we
Wow.
go. Man. Push the button, as they say.
So glad you guys could join us today. What a pleasure it is to be a part of your ACEL family during your championship weekends.
Our good morning antics. Reminds me of when we did that MLK basketball tournament.
10 games in one day we did. Started at 9 o'clock and went
Yes.
till about 11 that night.
Yeah, we had some good morning antics going on that
Yeah.
day.
Did
Those
not
2
go
days.
back and do the 3 days of that tournament this year. 30 games in 3 days I didn't think was
Healthy.
was a good thing for us. But we certainly – now, if ACEL has a big 30-game championship all-sport weekend, we're in.
Yep.
But I don't think they can do that. Too many players play a lot of different sports, so it's difficult to do that.
Talk about the health check on a player real quick. Endurance level's got to be high, unless it's like chess or underwater basket weaving or something like that. But I don't think they have those kind of things. Not yet.
But look,
There's
don't
changes
joke
to
about
all
it around Sandy, because she'll come up with it
She
before
will.
it's over with, I assure you. Resetting things, getting dangerously close back to their own goal.
As she says, but wait, there's more.
The Knights getting it out, but there's a quick turnover. Good work, Owen Hernandez, and he shoots from way out there, and the save is made in goal, and that gets this crowd from the Knights up and excited about it.
Quickly scampering to cover it up just in case a follow-up was coming for it, but everybody
We'll
stayed back.
work on getting that young man's name because, again, was doing PA announcing, and normally we can see who is in goal when they step out, but they don't have their number on. They've got the
Goalkeepers.
different colored jersey so that you can catch that. We know that Pagan is in goal for the Guardians because, we knew he would be in there. Allowed as many goals this morning as he did last night in that game. Or actually, he only allowed one last night. They come out of there with the 2-1 victory. Long free kick goes up and back over towards that American Southwest Conference runner-up banner. Denotes the 1 year that the Wildcats made the playoffs, and that was back in 2012. Rich Dupree, Nathan Martin brought that call to you 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Grayson Johnson in goal for this Knights team, and that's the two keepers that were in that game last night. As we told you, this was a rematch of that semifinal varsity game last night. And right now, Grayson Johnson is emerging as one of those potential 446 Sports Tournament MVPs. But I tell you, there's a lot of soccer to be played, and somebody in that second half is going to stretch things out and say, hey, you know what? This was it. Now, the JV tournament champion comes down to this one game, as there was no semifinals in this one. It is all, so this will be what we deem as the MVP of today's ball game. Remember, you will get all-state, you'll get female MVP, male MVP, coach of the year, all of that coming up following the championship game. We expect that award ceremony to come around about 4 o'clock. There's a grab by Silas again. Silas gets it taken away from him. Silas had an Abear had the goal at 24-10. Chasing down and out of bounds. That's the game, if you remember, Chuck. They had about 5 or 6 people spread out along the hill in the second half, saving that time from letting the ball go down the hill. And it kept the gameplay going a little bit faster, as that was just a 1-goal advantage in that game.
I wonder if they added time to our 35-minute clock that's been running because of all the downhill shots. Maybe did.
Perhaps.
Maybe added a minute or two.
Breaking away, trying to get things tied up, Lily Mae Fontenot. But the Knights defense right there to do some work, but turning it over quickly. Got a good shot at it with just a couple of minutes to go. Do the Guardians to tie this thing up. But again, that goes out of bounds, and the Knights will take over. You know, they're same side. They'd like to extend this advantage and get more than just a 1-goal lead. There goes Silas Abear showing some fancy footwork as he gets it down. Shot off of the hand of number 2 for the Guardians, Ben Williams. And then that one from Abear caught him pretty solidly on the hand. He was shaking that off a little bit. That one had gotten deep into Guardian territory, but they're able to turn that one away. And good footwork, Braden Candell putting on. Running out the last little bit of time here. That one is crossed, but to no avail. It'll turn and go the other way. We feel like we are just moments away from the end of the first. This one is 2-1. You see that Knights have the lead over the Guardians. They scored a goal early at the 8:10 mark and then one back at 24:10. They'll see if they can put one more on, but back trying to defend against that late one, and looked like it may have jammed the thumb over there on Ben Williams. We talked about him getting hit with that one. That wrist that he got hit in was taped up, and favoring that just a little bit. Good work, Peyton Candell. She had the goal early on. Now this Knights team trying to get something going right before the break. There's a cross goal, and it's in. That one at 35-20 by 47, Silas Hebert. And he's got his second goal of the game, and he makes it 3-1. Silas Hebert.
Silas Hebert with his second goal of the first half. It comes at the 34-27 mark. Silas Hebert, second goal.
Trying to quickly go down the field and get in a scoring position are these Guardians.
Back to the last bit of it.
And
that does stepped on. It is halftime here at Louisiana Christian University, and the Knights of Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club have the lead in this one, 3-1. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to bring you the second half of this junior varsity ACEL CoEd Soccer State Championship.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Cenla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Ready for the second half here. Halftime is over with, and the Guardians will start things up as they will be going left to right on your screen. Guardians again in the blue and the gray. They trail in this one 3-1. Couple of goals by Silas Hebert in the first. Don't forget, coming up at the end of this contest, we will have our championship MVP brought to you by 446 Sports. First time that we've had that. Again, looking at things, Peyton Candell had the first goal. Silas Hebert added a couple after that. The lone goal of the day for the Guardians, Jacques Fontenot, racing out quickly, trying to get something going, but unable to get there.
And if you notice at the top of your screen on the scoreboard, that change was definitely made. White Knights in blue lettering and the Guardians in blue with white lettering. That's more so to help me.
There you
Keep up
go.
where to put the score when they make them.
I knew you'd get there.
Oh, a little bobble in front of the net there by the goalie.
Yeah, Grayson Johnson, though, has been solid in goal today for the Knights. Gets another one there. You're going to see a lot of pressure from John Paul, the Great Academy, here in this second half as they've got to climb back in this one.
Doug just tearing it up over there.
Right.
You could hear that paper being shredded.
That's back the good old days when you had sound effects that were done that way.
Absolutely. Shred Fest.
They have those, that's right.
Yeah, they do. And that is not just because of the tip of the iceberg either.
A little bit of a early moments in this one, just getting back into the flow. It took about 10 minutes really before they got going. Cross there. Grace is going to have to come out and get it, and he does. He has been impressive in goal today, played in goal last night for that semifinal matchup. Crossed back over. Hebert had it for a minute and lost it. Now the Guardians are off and running, but chasing back. Grayson coming out all the way to the 22-yard line, to the edge of the faintly marked box
Boundary,
that's out there, yeah.
Goalie boundary, goalie box, I think is what it is, goalie box.
Remember that Chuck at comments.com if you...
COMMI.
Right.
Yes. And that's only because the other one was taken, the actual spelling. It's not 'cause
Right.
I don't know how to spell.
Teaches drone. So spelling's not required in that.
And math, because, English is important, but math is more important.
Stop.
Oh, nice block on that. Definitely trying to boot it downfield, but blocked it out and went towards that, I guess, that back line to the right of the goal.
Things kind of slowed down there for a minute, both teams. Again, this is for the junior varsity state champions, 16 and under eligible to play in this one. So you see some 7th and 8th graders getting their time here. You will see some of these guys, the bulk of them playing on varsity as well.
Whistled.
That one will go the other way.
Kicking it after that whistle dead, sailing it on down the field. A few head bounces, bubbles.
One thing you'll
play.
see in the second half, again, we saw it towards the tail end of that first, but the intensity will ramp up. It is Championship Saturday.
Yeah, it is the second half, so, I mean, they're down two goals, so they're
there's been some activity between John Paul Hebert and Trip Spire, as Trip was tripped up right there going for it. But those two have been banging around the last couple of minutes down the field.
See what you did there. Little Chuckism. Proud of you.
Unsure of the time as our clock not moving up at the top of the
oh, dear.
It's okay.
Oh, dear.
Now we don't know where we're at in it. So unable to keep that for you.
Well, no sense in starting it now, huh?
No sense in starting it now.
I'm sure we're about 10 minutes in, to be honest.
Silas tackled there, gets up and looks back at the official and says, hey, I was looking for that call. Got upended. I had a yellow card's coming. See who they're giving it to. And after the discussion, the yellow card is given and coming out. We'll get that. Now he's got to come out. A yellow card has given. That's I guess the same as the first technical that you get. The red card would have had him out of the game, but the second yellow card will have him dismissed from the contest. We'll wait for him to turn around, and we'll get that. That is number 7 of the Guardians, Jacques Fontenot. He has the only goal, and now he's got the yellow card for that takedown of Silas Hebert. Silas back at it again. That one bangs around, and it's finished up right at the end. Don't know the time of that one, but we'll see. It is credited to number 3, Trip Spire. And he says, all right, we're banging around in there. Let's go to the house with it. And he does, and he makes that one 4-1. Trip Spire with the goal for the Knights.
Knights goal credited number 3, Trip Spire. Trip Spire with the goal for the Knights.
I really wish I had that clock rolling for you, Doug. I'm sorry for that, but kind of almost want to make a clock up now. But
quite all right. Run down there, Chuck, and ask that official while he's running around what time. Then run back up here.
All righty. Yeah.
Have to go, pan out to the wide angle on it. There goes Hebert from long range, and he bangs that one home. That's the hat trick from 37 yards out on the field. That's about a 27-yard one there. Goodness gracious, Silas Hebert makes it 5-1, and the route is on in this one.
And that one just kept on falling down. It did.
For the Knights, Silas Hebert picks up his 3rd goal of the contest. Congratulations on the hat trick to Silas Hebert.
Three goals on the afternoon for Silas Hebert, give him the hat trick. And, wow, quickly not the way the Guardians wanted this to go. This has ballooned up to 5-1. Three goals on the day by 8th grader Silas Hebert, just 14 years old, playing in this JV contest. He'll be able to play in this for a couple of more years. Johnson, that one rolls in easily to him, and he picks that up and gets it out of there. See some of the Chef fans making their way in. They'll play in that varsity consolation game coming up quickly. They drew the Commandos in that game last night, and that's a tough draw. Another one shot just off to the left. Silas getting a little greedy now out there, banging them from everywhere. That young man is going to be a player. We'll again name today's MVP. A delayed penalty coming up, it looks like, and it is. It goes the other way, as there was a little bit of push and a shove coming down the field, but had to get a turnover before they called that one. Still waiting to get some subs in on the near side for the Guardians. Lily Mae Fontenot and Jacques looking to get back in. Jacques some time on the side after the yellow card. I don't think that's officially how they call it in those big soccer matches, a yellow card. It's probably yellow, but down here in Pineville, it's a yellow card.
Yeah, yeller. No R on it.
I didn't go with an R, no, just yellow.
You'd have to get over to Jenner to call it yellow.
Right, which is not far from here, mind you.
It is not. It's a little more than a stone's throw, but it is there.
5-1 in this one. The Knights have really been dominant. It's been the play of Silas Abear. Grayson Johnson in goal. He has been solid, holding this Guardians team to just one goal. Crossing it in and just on cue, there is Grayson. Grayson, of course, allowing just the one goal, and that's what allows your team to stay in it. He is a candidate for this championship 446 MVP honor. That'll be bestowed right after today's contest.
Bestowed.
Right?
No wonder we have banter back and forth. You're more of an Englishy person. I'm definitely the math head.
Yes, math head. Although math was probably my best subject back in school all those years ago.
Oh, tell the secret.
Can I ask Miss Lindsay? She'll tell you. That shot right into the arms of Grayson Johnson, waiting there for that one. And he is one of those goalies, when they've made some saves, I see a little bit of swagger as they roll that ball out of there and get some things worked up. Here's a run out now. Pagan going to come out and get this one.
Where is it Miss Lindsay taught at?
Grace Christian, when she retired.
But you?
Yes, she taught me at Tioga. That's correct.
There we go.
Proud Indian. Where'd you graduate, Chuck?
Pineville High School.
Okay, so not Tioga.
Not Tioga.
All right. Silas over there has it again, walking the sideline. And look, I'm telling you, I am very impressed by this young man and the way that he plays. There's an opportunity, but Pagan comes out and gets that one.
Pagan's Wall-esque, if you will, defense from yesterday has not been quite a different level of competition.
You just don't know if the intensity was there. But that was a pretty physical, emotional battle for him last night. And when you're in the pipes for a couple of games, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, they've had some good shots, some different types of shots on goal against him today. So,
and look, he's going to be there for that game against the hard-hitting offensive juggernaut that is the Commandos coming up in just a bit.
This is true.
JPG, the Guardians, came into this with hopes of a dual state championship. We saw Shreveport Forest do that in basketball last year. But trailing in this one in a big way.
Trying to see if they're going to boot it down the field or keep it safe back here in the back.
But now to get here, this JPG team upset the Commandos JV in the semifinal action to make this contest. Some big saves by Pagan is what I understand from that one. So here in the championship game is this one, as the semifinals are played off-site. They don't come in. The JV semifinals don't come into play down here. Up here, I guess, as it will for most of these teams. Stick around at the end of this broadcast. There goes Grayson sliding out and grabbing that one. At the end of today's contest, we will present the runners-up trophy and that championship trophy. immediately following this one, and we'll have our first ever 446 Sports Tournament MVP plaque. Got to explain to them that they're going to get a plaque next week. They just get recognition today, but next week we'll have those plaques in.
It's the slow thought of the executive producer is the reason that they don't have the plaque.
Been doing this for 3 years, Chuck, and I don't know where you hadn't come up with that yet.
Again, slow
Right.
thought process. Things just didn't add up.
Right. We'd give out a T-shirt, but too many different sizes, so we're going to do it that way.
T-shirt would be cool because if we're going to bring it to them, get it to them later, but it's much better to have that plaque.
Well, next week though it'll be
out.
on site. So, yeah, no, we love this group and this organization, and certainly want to find a way to give back to these guys here and just give them a little bit of love. Couple of candidates emerging. You know, Peyton Candell had that goal early on. Silas Hebert has had 3 goals. He got the hat trick in it. Tripp Spire gets the goal right after the little, won't say incidents by any means. It was just physical play. He and Fontenot, no incident at all, just soccer, but it did result in a yellow card for Jacques Fontenot.
I wonder if the yellow card carries over into the next game.
No.
Okay.
No, just similar to a technical foul. You know, it gives you, if you get your second one, then you're done. It goes Hebert getting that one downfield quickly, but recovered there. And there's that, we told you, that intensity towards the later moments of this one. And this one, I believe, has about 10 minutes left in it. Trying to base that off of when they started back up and when they finished that first half. There's a shot, and it's in from downtown. That is going to make it 5-2. We'll get in. That looks like Jacques again. We'll have to get him to turn around and make sure.
Yep.
It is. Jacques Fontenot picks that one up and makes it 5-2. That's his second of the afternoon.
It's set to start play again, and after that score.
For the Guardians, Jacques Fontenot picks up his second goal. Second goal of the afternoon, Jacques Fontenot. You want to change that on there? I don't know how. I should know, but I don't. Who was it?
Jacques.
5-2 now.
Yeah, so Jacques Fontenot, you will see him that.
And he's outside the box when he touched it that time. He went to throw it, and it came out of his hand, so he ran up to grab it, and he was just outside the
In his
defense,
yeah. So I think they probably need to keep an eye on the hash mark because that field that was painted, you can still see it faintly up here. But now I got down on the field last night and looked around, and you can see it a little better down on the field that's on there. But, having to use paint that is non-permanent, of course,
chalk.
A chalk, if you will, and a good rain, which is going to roll back in early in the week, we'll get it like it's never even been on there. Thanks to the city of Pineville for coming out and getting that chalk out there. David Brasher and that recreation department do a fantastic job of those things.
Nice.
Spun around and a goal on.
Oh, nice. Extra defense there in the front
That's
of the
right.
goal.
That's some foosball stuff right there, when you got the guy before he gets to the goal to get that out of there. Trying to make a late push here, the Guardians. They trail in this one 5-2. But then back settling into defense.
Just kicks it out without worrying about grabbing it.
Trying to get going there is Owen Hernandez, but he's stopped Get it back over to Fontenot. Just outside the reach of Therese Friedel. Got to believe, Chuck, probably about 5 minutes left in this contest.
My guess was going to be about 3, but you're right. We're close.
Banging around, the youngsters are out battling a little elbow here and there. Look, if it's not worth getting intense and passionate about, it's not worth getting out there. And I love to see the passion that all of these from 7th to 12th. Now, what I believe is you have to be in the 7th to be eligible for that. I don't think anything younger than 7th grade is able to get in here. And you've got a host of the young ones we've seen running around on the hill out here trying to play. Grayson's going to go out there and field that one. But we've got a lot of future ACEL athletic kiddos out there running around. This has been a pretty solid performance for Coach Todd Spire and his Knights on this afternoon, 5-2. Great work by Grayson Johnson in goal. And look, every time I call his name, it seems like he's making another save.
Another save. Well, that would have been a good stat to have, not static, but a good stat to have is how many saves he's made.
We'll work on getting a statistician perhaps next time around. That one goes down the line like there's a wall keeping it in. Coming up next in the consolation bracket, remember you'll have to click a new link on that. This link will not work for that. Just go back to the ACEL Facebook page. You'll be able to get that, or hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on our 446 Sports YouTube page, and you will be alerted every time that we go live. Picked up 5 followers and subscribers from this ACEL tournament just last night, so big thank you to that. I looked back at the stats from last night, over 1,600 viewing minutes from the 2 contests last night.
Wow.
And so there was only 140 minutes worth of action, so a little close to 2,000 minutes viewed last night just on our Boxcast channel.
That's nice. And that's one of the preferred methods, that or YouTube.
Yeah, if you're watching on Facebook, which I think it was just the links that were up, but if you're watching on Facebook, we invite you to head over for a much better view. You can watch it on your smart TV, too. There goes A-Bear trying to get another. Dips inside, but passes that one off of that shot just wide of the goal. That was number 39. And there he is, Elijah Abear.
Pause for subs. Go ahead.
Younger brother, we believe, of Silas. And those proud parents watching the youngsters play. JV goes up. Doesn't really matter the grade, but 16 years is the cutoff. Consolation game set to start at noon today. Perhaps we'll get that one going a little bit earlier. It's hard to do, though, when you've got scheduled times, but I know most everybody comes in for these anyway. You know, because this JPG team will be here. The Commandos will make their way to the field, we expect, in time for that noon game, but their championship game will be at 2. Back to Pagan, and he just easily foots this one out. Offside's called, and it will go the other direction. For the Knights, waiting to re-enter, Brock Caldwell. We saw him with a goal last night in the game. A little bit of a trip that's called there. Doesn't no possession. It just keeps that way. Just gets a little stoppage. Opportunity for the free kick.
Will it be a shot on goal, or are they just going to try to pass it off? Any prediction here?
I think they just back it out and pass it around and try to get something going here. That's a long one, although we did see Silas hit from way downtown.
I think the one in front will boot it over a little bit, and they're going to kick it long. That's what they did the last time.
Okay. Look at you scouting. Kicked it off to the side, looking inside to the younger A-Bear. I say that because he's a 7th grader and Silas the 8th grader. Folks starting to hit the deck now in this one. A lot of tackling going on. Leg sweeps and such. They'll call that out. Softball, baseball, basketball, rally all on campus today, as well as was the Right to Life March. St. Pregnancy Center here hosting the Right to Life March.
Oh, nice.
You heard me make my way over to the PA because normal PA announcer is our mayor here in Pineville, Rich Dupree, and he is leading the way in that Right to Life March.
Nice to have that strong support there.
No doubt at all. No doubt at all. You know, that's our focus here at 446 Sports. You know, if you've not researched what it is that we do, our name 446 Sports comes from Ephesians 4, verse 4 through 6. And it says that we have one goal, one thing, and that is not to be a broadcaster, to be a soccer player, but it is salvation through God, through his son Jesus Christ. And certainly we want to show his glory through what it is that we do. And we thank all of you for watching today. Got to be just a couple of minutes from this one being wrapped up.
Yeah, as quickly as they're running around now, you feel that time clock clicking down now.
5-2 as that one is crossed in, but Johnson knocks that out of there.
They called it out of bounds over here, I believe.
Did they? Yep, and got a player down. Hopping right back up, though. That was John Paul Abear quickly back to his feet. See down in the right end zone, Chef of Baton Rouge, the Patriots in their red, white, and blue getting loose down on the other end. Some of the other night players that are not playing this JV game quickly off and running there is Elijah Abear, but that one is stolen away. Pagan kicks that one back out.
Not a good boot on it.
Silas finds his way around the goal line. Look, he nifty footwork and tries to cross this one in. Pagan is up to the task of that one.
But it'll definitely bring up a corner kick.
Saw some good footwork during the game, but while they were walking back after his first goal, looked like he was hitting the gritty just a bit. So
He did.
kind of a back kick at it and a tremendous effort, but just goes to the left of the goal. Again, there will be a new link, and you can find all of those links on the ACEL Facebook page. Here comes A-Bear. The younger one goes in and gets that. And look, the first one over there is big brother Silas. So Elijah A-Bear gets the goal. And so the 8th grader and the 7th grader have combined for 4 of the goals.
Louisiana Homeschool Athletics.
Boot down the field there. Collected by the goalie. taking shots on goal from all distances now just to try to get another score.
Yeah, Chuck, you're right. It's like coming down and shooting the threes at the end of a ball game. The Hebert brothers providing a bright future for this team. There's Silas showing off a little bit of that. That's symbolic of the defender falling in basketball right there.
Oh, the flop.
Fancy footwork by Silas. Very impressed with these guys out here. This entire Southwest Louisiana Athletics Club Knights team down out of that Lake Charles area. Boy, the crowd really starting to make their way in as those folks from Chef of Baton Rouge have come up. Hope you've enjoyed your stay in Pineville. The Guardians with a little bit of a run out, but that one is quickly thwarted by Genevieve Cowart. Thwarted, Chuck.
Thwarted.
If you can't work the word thwarted into coverage, what good is it?
This is, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably the last time I hear that word.
Today, anyway.
Well, in this game.
In this game. We've had a ball bringing you this game today. Got two more before this is wrapped up. Consolation varsity game scheduled for noon. Championship game scheduled for 2 p.m.
Quick substitution.
Swing and a miss at that one with the foot by Fontenot. Fontenot has had both goals today. Nearing the yellow card coming. We'll see about that. And it is going to be issued to Elijah Hebert, as that one is for more of a delay of game and frustration is what it was from the younger Hebert, and he's going to come out. Kicked the ball against the fence and away from there to stall some time, and got yellow carded, did Elijah.
Brings a young lady in for his replacement.
That is, coming in is Nevaeh Finley. She is the sister of Jocelyn, who played that rousing rendition of the national anthem, sang it, and played it on her ukulele. I think we had it rolling for that, didn't we? So we
got the sound. We did not get the video, unfortunately, because I was having issues. But did have the sound on, which is better.
Well, that's what you wanted. Absolutely it is.
Camera positioning wouldn't have had a good shot of her anyway.
No, it had got more of me.
Yeah. Showed you a fine job of holding the microphone in the right spot.
Aim to please. That one rolling down 40, 35, 30, and back into Pagan, who gets it going the other way. But quickly in the way with Silas Hebert. Oh, here's a shot from point blank. We'll see if it's good to go. Now it kicked out of there. Pagan comes in and slides out and gets that one knocked out of there. And gets great ovation from the crowd here. Last few minutes of this one, or last few moments of this one, it's 6-2. And the Knights are on their way to a junior varsity state championship. And Chuck, we'll go ahead and announce it here. Before we'll announce it back on the field, they'll be the last ones to know about it. But going to name our MVP, Silas Hebert, the 8th grader, Silas Hebert from the Knights. He had 3 goals on the night, an assist to his brother Elijah, and has just had one of those games to remember. So he'll get his plaque next week at the basketball game if he's in. If not, the executive director, Sandy Merrow, will bring that back to him. But Southwest Louisiana Knights JV Championship MVP is Silas Hebert. And we'll give that in the varsity championship game as well, and that will be a tournament MVP, so it will encompass last night's game and tonight. So the Commandos, whatever they did last night, and these Guardians, what they did, will carry over. Player injured and down. That may be Silas, because I don't see him up anywhere.
I think that's a young lady, if I remember correctly. When I just saw the play going on, it looked like she jumped towards the ball when he was actually kicking it.
Yeah, because I believe Silas is on the bench over here now, spending some time with his coach. So it is a young lady that's down there. We'll get her number in just a moment. Great sportsmanship as everyone here has taken a knee. That's out on the field, and that young lady is up and going. Try to get her to turn, and we'll get a number for her. Look, I'm telling you, the physicality of these young ladies and the way that they play is just phenomenal. And sometimes you're going to see some injuries like that. Checking in, Eli Monclaw makes his way in.
Monclaw.
That's right.
Down.
If I'm looking number-wise, being a single-digit number, it's got to be Hannah Cowart that is shaking up and walking off. Slowly walking off, but walking off with no assistance, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
That one nearing Johnson, but goes harmlessly off to the right. Substitution being made, and finally making her way back over here is Hannah Coward, and in fact it was.
And still trying to pass her the ball even though she's out of bounds.
Right? Just a shot that sails high and over the bar and down to the far part of the hill. And the race is on to get that one, but it's going to go down the hill.
Yeah, tally that one up another one.
23. 23 is where we sit with balls that have went down the hill. 32nd, a tournament record that we achieved last year.
We'll call that one the Dr. Pepper kick. 23 says Dr. Pepper has 23 flavors is what they advertise? No? Okay. I was reaching.
I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen that often.
Yes, we know.
Yes, we know. Had a great time bringing you this junior varsity ACEL CoEd soccer state championship. And that's the ball game officially. It is over. The Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club Knights with the victory. We'll take this off, and you'll be able to listen over the PA to our trophy announcement. Congratulations to your Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletics Club Knights, as they are the 2023 Junior Varsity ACEL CoEd State Champions. Stick around after the handshakes. We will have our trophy presentation. Also new this year, new to ACEL Athletics, fine folks at 446 Sports will be presenting an MVP of the game. So stick around for that. The only bad news to it is we just came up with that today. So the plaque that will be awarded to the JV champion MVP, well, it won't be ready till next week's basketball. So check with Sandy and she'll get that for you. We'll wait for the okay from Executive Director Sandy Merrow, and we will get the runner-up and championship trophy presentation underway. Sandy, just give us a wave when you're ready. Well, is that a thumbs up or a wave? Okay, that means we're ready. All right, so if you'll make your attention to the 50-yard line, we'll have the presentation of the runners-up trophy. They'll get their plaque
and picture taken. This year's junior varsity runners-up, the Guardians from John Paul the Great Academy. All right, once again, a hand for the runner-up, the Guardians from John Paul the Great Academy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Junior Varsity State Championships of the ACEL Athletics Co-Ed Soccer, the Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club Knights. While Miss Merrow is getting the picture here, we'll remind you the consolation game comes up starting around noon. So stick around for that, and right after this picture is taken, we will announce the Junior Varsity Championship 446 Sports Tournament MVP. Once again, congratulations to the Knights on their JV championship. And today's, well, we'll wait till they'll get this picture in. The 2023 446 Sports Championship Game MVP from the Knights, number 47, Silas Hebert. Silas, we'll have your plaque ready for you next weekend at basketball. If you're not up for it, we'll get Miss Merrow to get that down to you. But again, congratulations to both the Guardians and the Knights and all of the ACEL Athletics Co-Ed Soccer JV teams that participated this season. Again, consolation game coming up in the varsity here at noon, and following that will be the varsity state championship at 2 o'clock. Don't forget, we'd like to thank some of the partners of ACEL, the City of Pineville. Of course, many thanks to the City of Pineville for their continued advocacy and support in making Central Louisiana the home for all ACEL state championship events. The City of Pineville provides event support and coordination that makes these events possible and truly special for our student athletes. Louisiana Christian University, ACEL is excited to announce a new partnership with LCU, which will make Louisiana Christian University the location for all future ACEL state championship events. Through this partnership, ACEL athletes will enjoy college-level facilities with many more benefits to ACEL students to come from Louisiana's only accredited Christian university and the only institution in the state that upholds and supports ACEL values. Also, a big thanks out to the supporters, Nathan Martin, pastor at Christian Challenge Worship Center in Pineville. They are the host area to all of ACEL meetings, and they provide staff for these ACEL state championships and the live streaming done all weekend long by the folks at 446 Sports. You can go to the 446 Sports Facebook page or check them out at 446 Sports on YouTube. We'll see you back in just a bit for consolation varsity action in ACEL Co-Ed Soccer.
Well, there you have it, finishing up this JV championship game. The Knights coming out the victors 6-2, and the announcement of all the award winners in this level of play. Again, we'll be back in just a few moments with the next one, so all the links have been sent out. Check for that next link for the consolation stream if you're not able to stay. Or, look, if you're traveling home and you couldn't stay, there you go. You can watch it on your way home and still stay up to date with what is actually going on with your ACEL program and with us here at 446 Sports. My name is Chuck Perkins and my cohort Doug Gann. We'll see you back in just a few moments.